Hey everybody, welcome to Alliance War number 9 of Season 4 versus BR Space JP. I can only assume those are the initials of the co-founders. I'm bringing in Iceman, Sentry, and Archangel. Iceman and Archangel actually have a little bit of a synergy. I think it might be like a mutant special synergy or something, so it's not too bad. This is a very expensive war for me, and it's mostly my own fault, so let's just get going. I bring Sentry in for this first node, and I think, oh great, I'm going to take a massive amount of chip damage. But I forgot that there was armor on it, and I got parried right at the start. Great, that is just so much fun. So I do revert to baiting heavies, which is the correct strategy here. And because I have no persistent charges, well, I have the one, I can be expected to, and no suicides on, to do very minimal damage to this guy. And this looks like potentially a 455 Black Panther Civil War based on the PI. Maybe not. It's hard to say. I mess up there, Indestructible saves me, and then I mess up again, Indestructible doesn't. It can't save you twice. It can't protect you from being completely idiotic. But I just couldn't figure it out. Got my intercepts going a little bit. Use a special 2, dump power, and ready to reset. But those 36 charges right there, now they're dropping off. They were very scary. So I just started. Okay, I'm gonna have to bait a special 2 here. Finally got him to bait to throw the special, and I go in for another 5-hit combo. At least my special is unblockable. That was on purpose. You know, I knew he would probably hold his block there, so it was no problem there. But you know, I could have gotten up to 40 hits and gotten another reality warp, except for I lost my combo that first time. So I'm back up to absolute strength, but the way I've worked it with my power meter is I'm not going to have the special 2 in time, so nothing is going my way this fight with Sentry. You know, it was mostly due to being clipped by that special 1. So I don't want to get there are ways for me to easily reset, but I was just not in my right head. And so I have to dump my power there again with a weak special 2. This is where you kind of want Void on your team. It's way better to dump 3 bars of power, reset, and get that 50% attack for 40 seconds and Fear the Void, which is really nice. Fear the Void on the opponent. So might consider having a Void, 3-star Void every once in a while if Sentry is really going to be my main attacker, at least in some wars. Because to be honest, I don't know if I ever fight with Archangel in this war. He was just there for backup, so why not bring a synergy? Should've, coulda, shoulda, woulda. So that's that. We're moving on. I finally get him down with those last few combos, and they really stacked up this lane here. Got a Science Champion on Unblockable Special 2? Yes, and Special 2 Bias. I'm like, who's this going to be? Is this going to be an Electro? Oh god, please let it not be an Electro. Because if it's an Electro, I'm really going to be in trouble with Sentry even. So I take the risk, and it looks like it's a Hulk. Thank God. Okay, I did have Archangel for the Electro, but if it was going to be anybody poison immune, which there are many Science Champions that are poison immune, I thought, you know what, I don't want to bring Archangel. This would really be a pain in the butt. So luckily this works out. I'm able to throw the special 1. It's starting to hit a little harder. I dodge. Everything's good. I'm going in. I'm doing more damage. I got my Fury going. Hopefully I can proc the Steadfast Approach. I do. I block this. Get some power for free. Perfect block is awesome. I go in for a big heavy. It's okay. It's pretty good. It's like 3,000 heavy or so. Another one, and that one crits. And the crit on those heavies is really killer. So I get the Hulk down with about a 10,000 medium or heavy attack. So now I'm going up against Ninja. This is not the popular Fortnite streamer. This is just regular MCOC player, unless he also plays MCOC. But I somehow doubt it. You need to invest a lot of time to have a Sig 99 4-star Abomination to be placing in war, right? So I take Iceman in. I knew it was going to be an Abomination. You can kind of surprise me on this node with an Electro, but Iceman would be fine versus an Electro here, I think. I even dodged the special 2, no problem. I was on my game at this point. I had that rough fight with Black Panther Civil War that really woke me up, and I'm good to go. Off to the races. So node 33, this happens the next day. Really didn't plan this war as best as I should have, and it's not because of this node, but it's the next node. So I look at this, I see the Captain Marvel, I'm thinking, Yeah, it's probably the Captain Marvel. This is still technically a diversity node. You can see there on my tips, it does claim it as a diversity node. Just based on the data, I can pretty much prove that it's a diversity node, even though I see rogue here more often than not. So that's funny, but really you can place anybody here. You're not likely going to get a kill. Unless it's like a 565 Dormammu, but in which case you probably want that Dormammu somewhere else, right? So that first special one deals a ridiculous amount of damage. I didn't get the heavy stance, but that's okay. She's dead. I just have to go in for another 5-hit combo, hope for the crit. Didn't get the crit, and another 3 hits will do it. So when we move on to, is this my worst fight of the? This might be my worst fight of the season so far. I scouted out a 565 Mephisto, and I thought, Jesus, that's going to be a lot of incineration damage. And I thought, man, you know what? I think I need someone who's incinerate immune. Emma Frost is not yet at 455, so I can't bring her. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I would want to without the power gain. Obviously, I would stay in diamond form, but does she have the damage? I actually think... Well, it's hard to say, but I think potentially Iceman has more damage if she can't convert to telepath to get those I don't know. We'll see in the future how this goes, but I know Iceman is just by default, he's immune, so I thought this would be okay. Even without power, I got the frostbites, or not the frostbites. I can throw absolutely nothing. That's what I totally underestimated. So I scouted this, I thought Iceman would do fine, but I really underestimated what not having power means. So I actually think, even though this sounds a little crazy, I think Archangel may have done better here, just with the bleed damage. No poison, no... I can't get this guy to throw special. I know I'm trying to think of other options that I had that might have done better. I actually potentially could have brought in Sentry, because if I could proc the heavy stance, I'd be doing the majority of his health in just that one stance, but I'd have to cycle through quite a bit, and I'd have to actually cycle through 40 hits before I get it again. So that was an iffy scenario. So I thought Iceman was the way to go. I do have an invulnerability boost on, because I figured I'd be eating a special 3, which I was right, but I really messed it up. So you'll see here. So I got the heavy. I decided to push to a special 3, and it's time to eat the special 3. And I also realized that because it's Mephisto, I don't gain ice armor, so that's why the indestructible boost is so important. I'm never going to get to a special 3 in order to proc the ice armor. So I was like, oh man, it's a minute. I'm supposed to be 50% of the way done the fight, and I'm only at 65%. We've got problems. So it's time to ramp up the damage here. I really need to ramp it up, or I'm going to time up. Oh, I get parried. Game over. Oh, I got parried. That's the problem there, right? I got parried. So, small little Iceman gets eaten by Demon and spit out into oblivion. Why did I get parried? I don't know. There's no limber on this node, so I guess it was just the limber of the guy. That's why you max out limber, I guess, for defense. Man, that was frustrating. So I could have brought in Sentry or Archangel, but because he was down to 50% and because I made a mistake, I decided to revive Iceman. That's why this war is about to get expensive. Man, it's going to get expensive. I am boosted, so that makes it even more expensive. And I still have the 3-minute boost, so it's time to go in. We go in one more time, and I have a different strategy in mind. The strategy is push to the special 3 as fast as possible. I get to eat him 3 times, and he's not going to drain my power, so there's no way he's going to get the permanent aura. So just aggressive, parry, go in, intercept when necessary. Don't worry about baiting his special 2 at all. Actually, I don't even want to bait his special 2. I want him to throw the special 3. And the reason I was so urgent to do this is because I knew he was going to heal, and I knew he was going to heal even more because of the 4th charge I gave him by dying. So that's really frustrating. So let me try and think. Something happens here, though. Something really interesting happens. Look at this. He gets to 30%. He regens, and he's only regenning a tiny bit. And I think that I had totally forgotten about the fact that he's going to regen a lot less because he's a defender, right? So he's regenning for the amount that the 565 base Mephisto is going to regen for, not for the amount that that this Mephisto has with modified health. So that's good. I forgot about that. I don't know. I haven't fought a Mephisto in a while, and I just assumed he'd be healing for a ridiculous amount, but yeah, not the case. So it wasn't a big deal. So we're moving on. I'm halfway through the fight, and I'm about halfway through the damage I had to do, so that was good. So I just need to hopefully get to Assassin's range soon, and once I get to Assassin's range, damage is really significantly going to ramp up, and I'll be able to finish this out. So I'm feeling pretty good at this point, just kind of got to not make any mistakes. So, pushing, I think I have one more indestructible charge, and if I can just get through that indestructible charge, I will be okay, but it looks like he's cooperating, throwing specials. I'm not going to need it. I'm attacking into him, baiting this heavy out, and here we go. Get him down. So, woof, first death on my path of the season. Not my first death total, but my first death on my path, and it felt like crap. I felt so bad. I've been able to lock this path down for our officers this season so far, and you know, it just felt bad making them probably have to take another look at it. You know, they really want someone who's gonna do the path every time, no deaths. Path 9 is not super difficult, so you do want someone who's going to be able to clear it every time, and I just felt a little bad. But anyway, I knew this was going to be a Spider-Man. This is the other reason I brought Iceman. My goal here was go in like crazy, go in like the wind, and get this guy down as soon as possible. Push him to special 2 if possible. He's gonna have a constant spite due to ice armor. Fine, that's good for me. So I'm just trying to make it work so that I can push him to a special 2 and bait that special 2 out when necessary. And if not, guess what? I have ice armor. He'll throw a special 3 and I'll be fine. So Spider-Man, not the best placement here, I don't think. I can see how he'll trip people up, but he's definitely not going to trip Iceman up. And later on, when I bring Emma, he certainly won't be tripping Emma up. So she's even more of an anti-evader than Iceman. Really like her mechanic there. So Spider-Man goes down without a problem, and we move on to Node 55, the immunity mini-boss. And guess who I'm bringing for this one? That's going to be, you guessed it, Sentry, fully loaded. 5, is it 5 reality warps? Maybe it's 4. Let's see. I thought it was 5, to be honest. Yeah, so I'll have 5 when I start this fight. 128,000 health is a joke for a 565 sentry. I don't think there is a champion on this node at this point. Now that I've taken out Dormammu, that would really give me trouble. Potentially Korg, but I've gotten pretty good at fighting Korgs, and you know, I don't. Who would I take for that? I really don't know who I would take for that. So don't place your Korg there, please. But I'll figure out a way to beat him one way or another. So here we go. I like to get to 16 hits when I have control of the fight before I throw the special 1. So there we go. For that special 1, got really nice crits there. That was about a 20,000 special 1. And I get the heavy stance. It's not great for fighting Quakes because her heavy attack, kind of like Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, it's not very punishable by heavy attack. So, you know, I just have to rely on the special 2, and I should have waited for dexterity because I would have had a higher chance of that crit, but I didn't make that happen. So I do bait this special here, and I actually get stunned. It was a little bit risky, but I thought I had so much hit points that it was worth the risk. 20% chance is what it is. So that last special 1, she goes down. It was a very nice crit there, 9,600 on just one of the 4 hits. So I did take a risk. It didn't pay off. And guess what? I think we had already, this war, the result had already been decided, so I got some practice. I threw 1 potion in the sentry and I decided to go back in. So this fight goes really, really well and really, really bad. You'll see. So I get my special 1 off before. So I do know that her auto block is bugged on the special 1. I was aware of that from last time I fought Medusa on this node, and it really bugged the hell out of me. I sent the ticket to Kabam. They said they're well, I didn't actually get a response besides the fact that the sentence that they sent it to the game team. So we'll see. But now it's heavy time. It's time to dodge these heavies and get the most. This is where most of the damage happens. So I'm doing pretty good damage here. That was another 13,000. these, I'm just kind of playing around the Furies here. I want to bait her special too because I have the perfect block, so that now is the perfect time to bait it. So I do that. Oh, that perfect block, zeros all across the board. Very, very nice. I get 2 more heavies out of this, so that's pretty nice. She's not cooperating, but hey, I don't care. I've got perfect block. That's where a lot of the damage happens when in Medusa fights, is the chip damage. So I'm perfectly ready to just sit here and wait. So now I'm gonna proc a dexterity, get the crit here. No crits, but look at that. She blocks the big hit. Now that was probably gonna be a crit for like 50,000 damage, and of course he's unblockable. That's not supposed to happen. And you can make the argument that projectiles like the special one those go blockable after the first hit, but Sentry Special 2, there are no projectiles. It's him the whole time, so really confused there. Missed out on a massive amount of damage. All that build-up was for that one Special 2, and she just blocked it. There's definitely some bugs going on here. So I'm trying to get up to my next special 1. Just trying to play around this Furies a little bit. She does cooperate with that. I throw a special 1. It's actually pretty good damage. That was about the equivalent of 1 super heavy. And I'm trying to get to the next heavy stance, but if I think it doesn't proc. Yeah, it doesn't proc. So I'm a little stuck here. I've got issues. I do hit into her block to build some distance. And she throws a special super cooperatively, which is good. And I throw the heavy just to build some distance. And I could get another special 2 here, but I'm 1 hit off, and it doesn't really work. I should have thrown it right there. I may have gotten lucky and gotten the kill, but the block damage actually ends up killing me. So this can be done. This fight, it can be done. The Sentry versus Medusa. I just need to get some better practice, but I really prefer Hood in that situation. The class advantage plus the stagger really does some job. And by the way, the Sorcerer Supreme, the new guy, Symbiote Supreme, sorry, he's going to be killer for this. So we did lose to BRJP. Good war to you guys. I went up to 56-4 on kills, but that's not very good. The 2 deaths I had, I got my first death of the season on a path, and I died to the boss again, but those are okay. I did get a mini boss kill with no deaths to that one. Very expensive war, the most expensive war so far this season, and rest assured, I'm going to do my best to have less expensive wars as the season goes out. The next war we have is actually versus Omni 2. That was really cool. We had a nice little banter in the chat and the war room, and look forward to posting that one for everybody. The guys said that they like to watch some of the war videos, so shout out to you guys. Hope you enjoy the one that's coming next, which is war number 10. So I actually don't know the result of it yet. I haven't checked my phone in a little while, so it's probably over by now. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see you over in that video. Got some other stuff planned as well, so I hope you guys will all enjoy that. We'll see you soon, and take care.